What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Y'all seeing this, how those going down. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Definitely, I appreciate y'all for the birthday wishes. Definitely was amazing. And one thing about it, the right people, was around me, and that's, I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy that more than anything. You know what I mean? But I do appreciate y'all. I tried to get to everybody's comments within the videos from the past couple of days, as well as the post that's on the communities tab and my Instagram. Instagram is I am the real reckless. But with all of that, I think it's the same on X, or I think it's LifeWithRecklezz on X. But I appreciate y'all. I try to like everybody's comments and stuff like that. I try to do it as much as possible. I try to be that YouTuber that definitely, speak, when it comes to, comment back, that type. I love doing that. You know what I mean? I definitely love doing that. But definitely appreciate y'all. I had to check this out. Definitely a banger from this video to the next. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Daily drops 12 p.m., 1 p.m. Eastern time. Let's jump right into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, what I have to show you today is absolutely insane.
Yeah, and like I said, I wanted to find if somebody can show me where this is. I had seen this and people was telling me to look at this, and I want to look at this together. I haven't seen much, so
you see, we now have proof that various top Democrats, including Chuck Schumer, had a private meeting with Zelenskyy just hours before he sat down with President Trump. And the goal of that meeting? To sabotage Trump's plan for peace negotiations between Ukraine and Russia. And yes, you heard that right. The very same Democrats that pretend to care about democracy just worked to subvert our democratically elected president in order to keep a foreign war going. But hey, don't take my word for it. Take a listen to this.
The peace deal that blew up in the Oval Office Friday would have been the starting point for negotiations to end the Ukraine war. It would have put America at the center of Ukraine's future development, and it would have brought back some of the money we invested over there. It's also worth mentioning that it would have stopped the killing. So how come it fell apart in that Oval Office blow-up? Well, perhaps it's got something to do with the meeting that Zelenskyy had with top Democrats hours before he arrived at the White House. Democrat Senator Chris Murphy posted this on X on Friday morning. Quote, "Just finished a meeting with President Zelenskyy here in Washington. He confirmed that the Ukrainian people will not support a fake peace agreement where Putin gets everything he wants, and there are no security arrangements for Ukraine." End quote. In other words, just before Zelenskyy was due to sign the deal, he was telling the Democrats he didn't like it, and they supported his opposition. They encouraged him not to sign. Then Zelenskyy went into the Oval Office, rolled his eyes, talked over the president, argued with him, and killed the whole thing. No doubt the Democrats are pleased. They have helped scuttle President Trump's foreign policy initiative. They're piling on the insults. Senator Adam Schiff calls our president a coward. Democrat Congressman Seth Moulton says Zelensky's a hero for standing up to Trump and Vance, who he calls puppets. Perhaps the left believes that Trump can be demonized again. Is this the returned Trump derangement syndrome, maybe? That doesn't do America any good at all, and it certainly doesn't help the people of Ukraine who now have to keep fighting.
Folks,
that just goes to show you, though, like, when it comes to Democrats doing everything in their power, literally, from my understanding, to sabotage what Trump got going on. It's literally like, I'm not even joking, like, I see so many things that don't even make sense, and they know what they're supposed to do. They know what's right. They know, but what they're trying to do is to do things. Y'all, I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it for a little while now since doing these videos. They tend to, do whatever they can to make Trump look bad, and then when something actually bad's happened from what they've done, what they've caused, they blame it on Trump. And it's like a continuation of this cycle that they do to make Trump look bad. And we see that, we'll look and y'all comment in these videos, or, I obviously call out stuff, when it comes to these videos and stuff, but there's people that don't know nothing politically about what's going on. They're just on the, obviously the outside looking in, not knowing much about politics, not knowing nothing about what's going on around them, but they look and see, oh, Trump did this bad. He did another thing bad again. He did another thing bad again. And once you keep that up, you're pushing away a lot of people. So that's why I try to strive, to call, because, you have so many people that's on my channel. Like, why do you cover the View? Why do you cover this? Why do you cover that? And they asking all these questions. And it's like, bro, I'm trying to get people to understand, like, what's real. I'm trying to put the facts, even though, there's a lot of things that I don't like looking at. I don't trust and believe. It gets annoying, seeing, the View, seeing Sunny hosting and stuff. But then when you call people out on stuff and people looking at you like, I have and the crazy thing is, I still have a lot of people that don't like Trump, that's on my channel that comment, and it makes me happy just for the simple fact you got all these people commenting, talking crazy, but they keep coming back. And if they keep coming back, they're not doing nothing but listening. So I love it.
All of this is absolutely unbelievable. The Democrats aren't just opposing Trump domestically. No, now they're working to undermine and subvert him on the world's stage. And now we actually have even more proof regarding just how deep this betrayal of American democracy actually goes. You see, inside sources are confirming that Chuck Schumer himself instructed Zelenskyy to reject Trump's peace proposal.
Wow.
And then, after Trump's meeting with Zelenskyy had concluded, guess what Chuck Schumer did? He came out and publicly accused President Trump of, quote, doing Putin's dirty work. Folks, you seriously can't make this stuff up. The Democrats are literally going behind our president's back, sabotaging peace talks, then accusing him of being the bad guy.
See what I mean?
But you know what? Check this out. Chuck Schumer wasn't acting alone on this one. Because now we have reports that are alleging that several key figures from Obama's team also told Zelenskyy to reject Trump's peace negotiations. This list includes former Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Victoria Nuland, Susan Rice, and Alexander Vindman. So folks, let's get all of this straight. We have unelected former officials from the Biden and Obama administration, as well as Senate Democrats, interfering with foreign policy without the sitting president's approval, all to keep the war in Ukraine going. How is all of this not the textbook definition of undermining democracy? Because, folks, here's the reality. The Democrats aren't just working to subvert President Trump. No, they're actively working to subvert the will of the American people. But before we continue talking about that, I want to say real quick that if you guys enjoy the daily news coverage, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a ton with my daily struggle against the YouTube algorithm.
And I'm not even gonna lie, I feel him on that. Like I said, this video, and I'm mad at myself that I couldn't find it. Obviously, I just got the same video back to back. This came from somebody else's, Ivan Blue 42. His name, Blue 42 Dolphin. Literally, like, these are the videos like that I don't know his channel. But if y'all do, if y'all can comment down below, big shout outs to him. You know what I mean?
But okay, folks, check this out. Right at this very moment, President Trump has his highest approval ratings of all time at 53%. Also, 63% of Americans want a total shutdown on all foreign aid, including aid to Ukraine. On top of that, 78% of Americans think it's time for Ukraine to make a peace deal with Russia. The American people...
Exactly. Man, listen. One thing about it is that I was actually trying to figure out, when it came to the numbers. I was actually trying to figure out when it came to the numbers because there's a lot of people that are lying. I'm telling you.
All foreign aid, including aid to Ukraine. On top of that, 78% of Americans think it's time for Ukraine to make a peace deal with Russia. The American people have very clearly spoken. We are done with this war.
Come on now.
And yet, instead of listening to the American people, the Democrats are holding secret meetings with foreign leader Zelenskyy in this case, pressuring him to reject peace and pushing for even more bloodshed. And so, folks, what seems very clear to me is that the Democratic Party is no longer acting in the best interests of America or Americans. Now, let's take a step back and really think about what's happening here. What we are witnessing right now is a perfect example of the so-called deep state in action. For years, we've all known that unelected bureaucrats and entrenched politicians like Chuck Schumer have been working behind the scenes to control our government regardless of who we vote into office. And now we have top Democrats, once again like Chuck Schumer, who are not in power anymore, colluding with foreign leaders to sabotage the sitting president of the United States of America. They lost the election, they lost the argument, the American people have spoken. And yet, instead of accepting it, they're doing everything they can to undermine the will of the people. And folks, let's be honest, if the situation were reversed, if Republicans were meeting with foreign leaders to sabotage the Democratic president's negotiations, the media would call it treason. But because it's the Democrats doing it in this case, it's just business as usual in Washington, D.C. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why President Trump's mission to drain the swamp is more important than ever. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who we vote for if a bunch of unelected bureaucrats and minority party politicians can just step in and undermine everything our elected leaders try to do. We, the people, elected Trump to manage foreign policy. We, the people, elected Trump to put America first. And we, the people, want peace, not endless war. But like I said, none of that matters if these deep state operatives are allowed to continue running the show from behind the scenes. And so that is why it's absolutely crucial that President Trump succeeds in rooting these people out of our government once and for all. Because if we don't fix this problem now, if we don't get rid of these corrupt bureaucrats and partisan activists pretending to be public servants, then we will never have a government that actually represents the will of the American people. So really, when you think about it, this is not just about President Trump and what's going on right now. Really, this is about the future of our country. Either we have a government that listens to the people, or we have a government that ignores us while taking orders from a bunch of unelected, unaccountable insiders. For years, the Democrats have told the American people that they are the party of democracy, but now they're literally having secret meetings with foreign leaders to undermine the democratically elected president of the United States of America. They are defying the will of the American people to keep a foreign war going, and they are doing it while accusing Trump of being a threat to democracy. Folks, it is absolute insanity, but you know what? The American people see right through it. There is a reason why President Trump's approval ratings are so high right now. I'll tell you why. It's because people are sick of this anti-democratic behavior from the Democrats. But folks, this is a big one, so I want to know what you guys have to say about all of this, so please go down below and drop it.
I mean, and make sure y'all, I'm telling y'all, I don't know who this guy is. He's an amazing guy though. Like I said, for some odd reason, it's usually like like from him, like from X or something like that people would, send me and, tag me and this, that, and the other. But literally was nothing. So big shout outs to him. Hopefully somebody know who this is. But what I do have to say is it's one of those things. They can't control Trump, so they're doing everything they can basically to make him look bad. That's more so of it, like I said, and we see right through it. I mean, I definitely do. It's just a simple fact of there's others that aren't really, paying so much attention to what's going on. It throws the numbers off. It throws, them, I don't like him because he's doing this and he's doing that, not even really knowing what's really going on. And that's why it's important for people like myself to put out these videos. People like this guy here, putting out videos, because it definitely is important. It's definitely crazy. It's definitely sickening, having private meetings, going behind Trump's back, lying, giving out false information, on me, with the media, everything. Like it's sickening, and it's absolutely crazy. One thing about it, just like myself, I can try, to continue to put out these videos, and do my best when it comes down to it, because it definitely is important. And all we can do, is pray, and to keep going, not getting so high-headed. I've been seeing a lot of people getting a little high-headed. It's all good. Let them, because in the end, one thing about it, Trump won. He won by a landslide. So it's all good. Trump and his administration, definitely amazing administration. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for the next video. Catch y'all next one.